Okay, it's recording. All right, guys, what's up? Let me put some music on for us. At work, I'm chopping up the Star Nations footage. Um, some of you guys are probably going to join me here very shortly, but I thought I'd at least say hello and let you guys know, I guess, what can I say? It's recording. Um, the time in which we live is very prevalent to the environment in which we have constructed for ourselves. As far as the ascension process recognizes free will, the contract was set for those to overcome their own emotional transitions, various conversions, and lifestyles to the convergence of one source channel, thus reconnecting to higher self. Translated, okay, let me explain something to you guys how something works too. The more I attach to my highest self, you then reattach to your lower selves. This being the lowest version, 3D. There is actually a 1D, 2D type of a deal. 4D is like gaseous, the separation from source. But let me speak about what I can speak about candidly because I can see them flagrantly. Is when I say I'm going 5D. In the beginning, I had to do the astral projection thing for 20 or 30 minutes in the dark to go 5D. And what does that mean? That means that on in this world, on this plane, right now in 3D, the ability to actually have multidimensional sight is that I not only see the 3D around me, I see 5D and on up. Usually it helps me to close my eyes. However, at night, I can easily see 5D. If I really wanted to focus right now, Stinky Poochies, baby. I can totally see 5D. Okay, it's not even a joke. Okay, downloads, how it works. Main downloads coming through your stomach. Stomach chakra. What is that? Okay, if you want to give someone a download, I usually go download, compressor. I use my, here, let's do something that many humans have not been able to do. Let's consider the fact that, man, literally in a chemical computer, in a machine of flesh. Now let's explain how this machine of flesh operates, shall we? Now, these are my hands. Similar to how you can compress a file, my energy comes down, my intent is set, and then I manifest. I then encode. Okay, I said what up, can you see me? Okay, what is that exactly? You manifest the energy. I then, through my hands, it creates a chi ball in 5D. I then encode. Right eye encodes on the ball, from right to left, left to right. I then encode the imprint of my eye. I then phase, and then I take the ball, which is now encoded with my eyeball, and or my sight, whatever, and I hand it off to an upper dimension or my homies. He then takes the energy ball, breaks it down, puts it on like sunglasses. Okay? And then I phase and I tune very slightly, and then boom, he can see me and I can see him. And he's like, dude, that's what 3D looks like. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. Welcome to Toe Jam Land. What do you want from me? Okay, this is kind of cool. All right. Good quality shit. I'm at work. What was I going to say? So, what is the future entail? Well, basically, you guys, it's not some hokey pokey, what is ascension thing. It's reconnect to higher self. What am I here to do? I'm here to help you guys go through the transitionary process of basically becoming a more evolved human being. Remember, the main ideal for human being is being. Me, my highest self, being a light being. If you want the analogy of what that is, a being that is knowing. Light equals knowing, darkness equals not knowing. When you are awake in this place, you are really asleep. When you are asleep in this place, you are really awake. How do you know who someone is when they are awake? You just look in their eyes. Now, What else? As far as the confidence that is only carried through, sorry, I'll stop moving. Tests. I go through two tests every single day. I go through emotional transitionary tests for every single night when I sleep. I go through physical tests when I'm out in the field. What does that mean? The reason why I've accelerated so fast is because I have reattached to higher self, and then higher self has then encouraged me to go on missions. Okay, I've then acquired a team. No, this is not the theme to Star Wars. No, this is not. This is Earth. This is real. This is happening. It is July, what was it, 19th or 20th? Tuesday, 2010. So, truth is not. Truth is way better than fiction. I stick with the nonfiction. There's way too much stuff that's basically being hidden right in front of our eyes every single day. You've been lied to since you've woken up in this place. As far as the crystal and indigo children which have been born in the past 30 some odd years, 40 years, so 40 years till now, they're already hardwired genetically to deal with this input of information. Okay. The first waivers, those born after the bomb went off in World War II, who came down here to try to give it a shot, hence the 60s generation, peace and love, gave it a good shot, gave it a good run, and there are some very prominent and prevalent people that still exist today from that period who are doing a very good job as light workers, lighting the way. The goal for us in the ascension process is to light the way for those who are coming after us. Like I said, you are immortal. This is a machine of flesh. Okay? You cannot die. Now, if you're a douchebag, there are consequences. But as far as like, oh my God, I'm mortal, don't worry about it. As far as life is concerned, this life is a blink of the eye. That's it. I just wanted you guys to understand that and truly actually, all this stuff, all the things you're going to have to go through and getting over fears and dealing with the past, not only in this life. As soon as you go through all the emotional transitions of this life, I'm now 29 years old, you will then have to go through the emotional transitions of all of your present, past, and future lives. The future lives, let's just leave that there. But present, which we're dealing with right now, and past. Now, here's something you need to understand when you get full-blown multidimensional, what it really means. It means that I'm living in, I'll just throw out a number here for you, at least it's above 13, different levels of my dimensional self concurrently at the same time I am living. That is how it works. On Earth, it is linear. In the universe, it is not. Okay? So here I am. Here's my other dimensional selves. I am living on this timeline currently. I just got whacked in Egypt 56 days ago? 58 days ago. Something like that. Okay, what does that mean? That means that the emotional transitions of when you actually see that going down in the Braveheart stuff and the Scotland and the Wales and England and all these different lives that you have lived start coming to the surface. Atlantean, Lemurian, boom, 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 boom. Not on this planet, not on this planet, and then back and back again. Over and over and over again. When those things come and become as real as a memory that, like, for example, you're in high school and the bully came over to you when you were a freshman, the senior, and flipped over your lunch tray and everyone laughed. It will feel like that type of emotional transition when you go through it in this place. It's not like, oh, Bill, back in the day when I was there, I was this guy. No, you remember it like it was yesterday. And you remember the people like it was yesterday. And you remember what happened like it was yesterday. And the emotional feeling, which is most important, of what you felt like at that exact moment. Okay. I stress this because it's not a joke. I stress this because you have to get through this point. I stress this because that is what separates the men from the boys or the girls from the women. It's being able to deal with all of the garbage that you have lived through in all of your lives, and then choose to go, that is garbage, and I shoot and I score into the trash can, and I'm going vertical into the light. That is what an ascended master is. Going back to some things you need to understand. When I say ascended master, or the pupil of an ascended master, that is awesome. You also have to understand there are ascended masters that have been here that before what you consider the written word. There were ascended masters here a long, long time ago. Not only are they Lemurian and Atlantean and before then Enochian and the different races and whatever race you want to call it, however, there are also galactic ascended masters, or just galactic masters. Not ascended, there's masters. Okay? They understand the construct. They live and breathe in the holographic universe. They understand the constructs and actually can write the code that we see as, that's life, that's a tree. Some guy wrote that code. Moving on. I know it's a hard analogy to deal, but the guys that write the codes are really, really cool. Why? Because you have to be very, very cool and come from the source of creator in lovingness and what is real and what it means to create life. And you have to come from a true loving place. Because creator is awesome. And he's so awesome, there really isn't a word to actually describe creator. It is more like just an eye-dropping, this is too much for my little chemical computer and my multidimensional selves to actually really get my hands around. But just know that it exists and it binds us.